Anatomy Trains invites you to take your career to the next level with Anatomy Trains Structural Integration, ATSI. We're kicking off the next training this September in Maine under the guidance of Tom Myers and our expert team. Come map the pattern and shape the change in this transformational 3-part certification program. Visit anatomytrains.com for details. Do you need help with marketing, new clients, or online reviews? Massage Book is your solution, streamlining all the challenging aspects of your massage therapy practice. This powerful software simplifies scheduling, payments, and marketing, allowing you to focus on what you do best, helping clients live better. Visit massagebook.com, create an account, and transform your practice today. Don't wait. Give it a shot today.
Hi, and welcome to I Have a Client Who, Pathology Conversations with Ruth Werner, the podcast where I will discuss your real-life stories about clients with conditions that are perplexing or confusing. I'm Ruth Werner, author of A Massage Therapist's Guide to Pathology, and I have spent decades studying, writing about, and teaching about where massage therapy intersects with diseases and conditions that might limit our clients' health. We almost always have something good to offer, even with our most challenged clients, but we need to figure out a way to do that safely, effectively, and within our scope of practice. And sometimes, as we have all learned, that is harder than it looks. Dear listener, today's episode actually has 2 pathologies that we could discuss, but the core of our contributors' concern is less about health challenges than it is about the policies of the facility where they work. Here's what they sent. I am a licensed massage therapist with over 20 years of experience and recently joined a very renowned facility where clients have the option to schedule themselves for massage therapy on the website. Whether they schedule on the website or over the phone, there are no pre-screening questions asked. Many of them travel hundreds of miles for these programs and services. As a massage therapist, I conduct a verbal intake and no other health history is provided. The sessions are scheduled for 50 or 80 minutes with 10 minutes between each session. The time starts when we retrieve the client in the reception area, so as you can see, this does not allow a lot of time for the intake. Here are 2 recent things that happened. 1, a client scheduled for deep pressure massage yesterday who stated that they had a rash due to a medical procedure done 3 days prior to that, which involved contrast. They said the doctor told them that some people do have an allergic reaction to contrast medium, but the client also claimed it's on its way out. The second one, a client scheduled for a deep pressure massage and stated during their intake that they have osteoporosis and the bones of a 90-year-old woman. Also, they're wearing a wig due to severe hair loss from thyroid medication. Okay, we can talk about a rash related to contrast medium and what surprises might lie there, or we can talk about the problems with deep pressure massage, whatever that means, for a person with osteoporosis and why thyroid medication might make their hair fall out. But that's not really the point here, is it? I try hard to find the bright side of most situations, but I have to confess this one is a bit of a stumper. The central issue has been an untalked about elephant in the room for as long as I've been in this profession. What do we do? What can we do when our professional ethics and morals, sometimes too, run counter to the policies of our workplace? Here we have a prestigious, unnamed facility that draws clients from all over the region to receive top-notch service. I'll assume it offers more than massage therapy, but we don't know if this is like a medical spa or a fancy retreat center or a high-end resort or whatever. What we do know is that the way this business is structured, massage therapists do not have the opportunity to get enough of a client history to allow them to work safely. And with a 10-minute turnover time, and we can assume a steep price for massage, there are simply no extra minutes for that essential part of our work. This contributor reports on at least 2 situations where undereducated or careless massage might lead to an adverse event or even a dangerous outcome. I mean, deep pressure massage with osteoporosis and the self-reported bones of a 90-year-old? Hello? And if she's taking levothyroxine, which can cause hair loss, well, that seems relevant because there are other complications that go hand in hand with a dysregulated thyroid gland. This situation points out one of my biggest soapbox messages. Every massage therapist, not just those working in healthcare settings, need to know about pathology, the dividing line between clinical massage for people with complex health conditions and recreational massage for people looking for a special treat is non-existent. It is fictional. There's no such thing. People with cancer go on vacation and they want a massage. People with diabetes take cruises and they want a massage. People who have recently had a procedure involving contrast medium, which was probably used in an imaging test to look for a blockage or abnormal tissue somewhere, and isn't that reassuring? Clearly, they want to get a massage, and in the same week as this invasive procedure. Wouldn't you want to know what this was for and what the results were? But in this business model, it is not possible to gather all the important information. This also seems like a good moment to point out that the very worst massage I ever got in my life, and that includes a lot of shaky, clammy-handed student massage, was in a very fancy and expensive spa, where the massage therapist made it clear through nonverbal communication that as far as they were concerned, I was a piece of meat on the table and they could not wait for me to be gone. My point being that even getting a massage in a fancy or well-known facility does not guarantee skill or basic compassion. In the years that I have thought about this problem, I have only been able to come up with 3 possible ways forward, each one with their own advantages and disadvantages. First of all, grit your teeth and bear it. Do your best. Stay within policy guidelines. Try not to hurt anyone. That gets tricky when your client has a complex situation that might require a different approach for their safety, especially if that affects what they're paying for the treatment. And if, God forbid, the client is injured, I promise that that litigation will not stop at the facility. It will encompass personally the therapist and their malpractice insurance too, even if the client signs a waiver of responsibility. I have seen it happen. Here's another option. Try to open a conversation with the business owners or management about the importance of good records and the value of client intakes. The process could be both simple and secure, a short client history form that can be filled in online when they schedule. And this way, the massage therapist can be prepared ahead of time with any follow-up questions about the client's conditions, goals, medications, side effects, possible pregnancy, and so on. Even better, the massage therapist can leave notes for the next visit so the excellence of service ratchets up every time. To me, this seems like such an obvious value add that I have a hard time understanding why any facility wouldn't do such a thing, if only to demonstrate their commitment to top-tier service. And frankly, from what I've seen, using an intake form at high-end spas or resorts seems to be the exception rather than the rule, so demonstrating dedication to client well-being and safety, as well as backing up how powerful massage can be, seems like a way to distinguish one business from all the others. However, the decision makers in these settings are often not massage therapists, and it may be difficult to make the case that adding a step, really adding a friction point to scheduling, is in everyone's best interest. In service of that goal, I would recommend that every massage therapist working in such a setting make a habit of documenting every instance where having information ahead of time would have helped them be safer and more effective in the session room. That means you, contributor. And if I were queen of the world, I would also publish a book of cases where massage therapists actually caused damage, but that gets settled out of court, with significant expense to the facility as well as to the practitioner's insurance provider. None of that ever sees the light of day, and it makes some sense for the involved parties. But I believe massage therapy managers would take their responsibility more seriously if they got a glimpse behind that malpractice curtain. Lastly, and perhaps this is the most clear-cut but also the least practical choice, is just choosing not to work in a place that doesn't support your being as safe and as effective as possible. I hate that choice because I know that landing a good massage therapy gig is hard, especially if it also comes with a reliable income and benefits. And running a solo practice is just not for everyone. Plus which, how can we raise the bar for the practice of massage if we let the most visible versions of it provide poor or even unsafe service to its customers in our name? It is a quandary. To explore this further, I was happy to have the opportunity to spend some time with a wonderful woman named Sherrie Tennessee, Ph.D. She is the founder of SpaSOS, which is a spa management resource in Las Vegas. Sherrie has a doctorate in hospitality administration and wellness technology, and she wrote her dissertation on customer satisfaction, well-being, and retention as it relates to the customer experience with wellness technology. She's managed spas in the United States and the Caribbean, and we have more information about Sherrie and how to contact her in our show notes if that looks interesting to you. And we talked about this question: what do we do about client safety in a high-end, financially driven, personal service facility? And what she told me makes a lot of sense. She said there's really no one-size-fits-all solution, and a lot depends on who runs the whole system. Smaller, locally owned spas or resorts might be amenable to changes, but the larger the corporation, the less likely they are to be flexible, especially the international ones. And she added more. She said, look, if a person who wants a massage comes into a 4-star resort and they have some special health situation, like being pregnant or having a complex condition, unless someone on the staff is specifically trained to work with that situation, they just won't be scheduled for massage. Instead, they'll be guided toward a mani-pedi or a facial or some other service. So the idea of making space for massage therapists to be more diligent about getting health information and then adjusting so that they can offer massage to people with a complex health history, this is just probably a non-starter. That said, we agreed that especially for facilities like the one described by today's contributor that does scheduling online, it would be perfectly possible to include a short intake form that includes questions about possible pregnancy, ongoing medical situations, medications and their side effects, and what the client hopes to achieve with their massage. Such a form could be completely private and secure. It could help the massage therapist prepare with to-the-point follow-up questions for the best possible service. Some companies already do this, but it does not yet seem to be an industry standard. So for our contributor today, I'm sorry, this is all I can offer. First, find a way to work within the structure you've been given. Be as safe as you can. Document all your decisions in case someone is dissatisfied one way or the other. Secondly, sound out whether that administration might be open to doing things differently, even just by adding a short and secure intake form to the website. Or 3, sadly, maybe just having to decide it's not a great match for you and to keep looking for a better spot. If I were queen of the world, all of this would be different. Alas, I am not. But I am eager to hear more of your I Have a Client Who stories.
Precision Neuromuscular Therapy has been teaching high-quality seminars across the country for over 20 years. Founded by Doug Nelson, PNMT uses problem-solving skills and precise treatment options to get powerful results for your clients. PNMT seminars focus on honing your assessment and palpation skills to precisely target the source of your client's pain while understanding the why behind the what. Meet us in a hands-on seminar or online in the PNMT portal and let us join you on your learning journey. Learn more at pnmt.org.